So we're gonna talk. This is our Justice League review. Zack Snyder specifically, not the 2017 Whedon cut.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about the Whedon? No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, we were supposed to watch the Snyder version. I watched that.
Wait, I just watched the 2-hour version.
Fueled by his restored faith in humanity and inspired by Superman's selfless act, Bruce Wayne enlists newfound ally Diana Prince to face an even greater threat. Together, Batman and Wonder Woman work quickly to recruit a team to stand against this newly awakened enemy. Despite the formation of an unprecedented league of heroes, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash, it may be too late to save the planet from an assault of catastrophic proportions.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
4 hours later.
80,000 impressions later. Would you please stop imitating me? It is starting to get very annoying.
Yeah.
4 hours of greatness.
Yeah, let's start off with you, Brando.
Yeah, Brando. I want to. I want to first address. Is there anything you didn't like about the Snyder version?
There's two things I didn't like about the Snyder cut.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing would be the main thing would be the last scene for sure.
Oh yeah,
the nightmare sequence.
No, not even that one. The Martian Manhunter.
Oh, the Martian Manhunter one.
Yeah. Because first of all, it wasn't supposed to be Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 2 Green Lanterns coming to Bruce Wayne. So if we had gotten the real Snyder cut, it would be 2 Green Lanterns coming in the end.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. Is like that. I wish I could say that the Snyder cut had zero interference with the studio and let Snyder do what he wanted. But once again, they interfered, and they said you can't do this and this and this. For certain things, especially Green Lantern, because they're doing plans with that. But they told him he couldn't shoot that scene, and he did it anyway.
yeah, dude. Ben Affleck was looking like sickly.
Come on.
I looked at him. I was like,
I talked to Brando about that, and he was like, "Hey, man, he's just been saving the world. He can take a rest.
Taking a break.
He can take a few rest days of working out.
Trying to eat some.
He's
Dunkin'
having
Donuts.
nightmares about the future and stuff. Come on. He's stressed.
What was the second thing that you didn't like, Brando?
Just like a minor thing, nitpick. That Wonder Woman song that came every so often.
Every 45 minutes.
Dude,
that shit made me laugh so hard. Every single time it happened, I was laughing. So you liked the music overall though?
I did. There was just a couple scenes where it was, I don't know, like out of place. I didn't like the music in the Flash scene. Like
yeah.
I wish they did the beginning of Flash way better. I wish they just did it better.
I like the scene, but that's the thing about Snyder a lot, but especially this movie, it was that like there's so many musical moments that just didn't work with the picture. Like the picture looked cool, and then like he chose like the strangest songs to
we needed Hans back,
Yes, I 100% agree with that, because the score wasn't bad. It was just it went a little too Suicide Squad with the music, with the soundtrack.
I think Zack Snyder was super intentional with the music that he chose, though, because like sometimes the music didn't fit, I feel like, but the lyrics themselves fit.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's why it's in there for that one line. But it's just like it shouldn't. I don't know. Sometimes some scenes should not be that deep. But I get it. Sometimes you feel that need, and it's Zack Snyder's version. He gets to put whatever song he wants. That's literally his Spotify playlist was just like.
I was thinking too. So, what did you think, Elijah? Like overall, what did you think of it?
Well, I saw this movie 3 times. I watched it 3 times.
I watched it twice.
How many times did you watch it, Rando?
4? 5 times.
Holy crap!
Holy shit!
Yeah. 1 pair of pants later.
So I watched it twice.
Color, 1 in black and white.
Yeah, I watched it twice in color and once in black and white. Justice's Gray version. That was really disorienting at first, just with the opening credits. But as soon as I got past that, everything else seemed to be like okay with the black and white. But the first opening scene where Superman is recapping Superman's death, it's so hard to see what's going on. But that's only for a minute, literally a minute.
Yeah, there were some scenes where I needed the color.
The entire Justice is Gray. Yeah, 100%. Like the entire Justice is Gray sequence to me, or cut of it, was I couldn't see shit. It reminded me of Logan when they did the black and white version of Logan. Yeah. It was like, all right, it's cool, but like it doesn't add another element
Right.
to it.
It's like if they were
Uh,
gonna do that, they should have done that the first release, if anything. Like I don't know why they
Yeah.
had to do the
Yeah.
double. I don't know why they did
Oh,
that.
There's a
That's
point
just
to it, you know, because that's how he had it in his laptop for the longest time. It was just in black and white, basically.
So that's
Yeah.
how he
Interesting,
saw it. When he
interesting.
was always
Yeah,
like,
and he would post screenshots from the trailer. He apparently had the trailer for like a long time in his computer.
Yeah.
He'd take
Yeah,
screenshots from that and post them on Vero.
Brando, did you like
The
the Aqua
man-
Singers?
The what?
The
Oh my
Aqua Singers? Aquaman's singers?
I mean, if
If you
this
say
had,
yes, Brando,
if
I
this
know
had
you're
been
lying.
if this had been released in theaters, that would have been cut for sure. You know, this
Yes.
would have been like
Oh,
an
yeah.
extended
I agree.
on a Blu-ray. You know,
I'm glad
or
you said
something.
that. Yeah, if it was released in theaters, it would have been cut. But
Yeah.
that's what that's a big thing about this movie. Is like it's a huge experiment kind of for like
Mhm.
streaming and just art in general, because there's no way they would have released this exact version
Yeah.
of Justice League in theaters because it's 4 hours. They would not have been able to get the ticket revenue because they only would have been able to play it like twice a day
Mhm.
in like however many theaters they want, but they can't fill up the whole theater and just be like, look, we have all the showings we need. But yeah, they would not have marketed or profited off this if they released it in theaters, which is the main thing, which is wild to me.
I mean, they didn't
Yeah,
even
no, I
profit
think it
at
would have
all.
been.
Mhm.
Oh wait,
Yeah, technically they haven't really profited at all, but if they were
no.
to have put it in theaters, they wouldn't have made it like back in if they were going to try to do it for revenue. And but
well,
it's
yeah,
so
no,
wild.
it would have been like 3 hours if they did.
Yeah,
release it.
that's what I was gonna pitch you guys. Of like, say you're the editor with Zack Snyder, and he like comes in, he's like, "Here's all of our footage. It's 4.5 hours." Because there's no way he had every second of footage that he used. There's like 4.5 hours that you can use. And do you think you would be able to nitpick the whole movie and cut out a whole hour?
100%.
An hour. That's a lot.
I'll cut out 30
100.
minutes. 30
Dude,
minutes for
dude,
sure.
I
no,
would go like 45 to
This-
50.
no.
I could cut out like that.
You want to know something? This
Yeah.
movie, if we stop this fucking slow mo, that's all you had to do, and then that would trim an
Did
hour.
you
Wow,
read that?
dude.
How much? Do you know how much of the Snyder cut is slow mo?
I read something about it, but remind me.
10% of the
10%.
movie.
Yeah, yes, yeah, that's insane, man. No,
Well,
that's
how else are you gonna show it though? Like, how else are you gonna show
Oh,
Flash
come on.
move?
Well, it's not all just
Come
Flash. You can say
no,
that
no,
with
no,
Flash.
no,
It's
no.
also
Flash is totally
superhumans,
fine.
right?
Flash
Yeah,
is
it's
fine.
superhuman.
Everything else
Yes,
is
come
not
on.
is too much. The
It's
Flash
Zack
though is
Snyder,
totally
come on,
understandable.
you know what you're gonna get, you know?
Oh no,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the
true.
only thing. That's the only studio note that I agree with Warner Bros. Is like, dude, can we please speed shit up?
If
'Cause
you
this
if you were to isolate every single slow motion in that movie, it's 24 minutes. That's a whole TV episode of like a sitcom. All of the slow mo
That's
could
funny.
be
That's
24.
it?
That's it. That's not enough.
Come
Yeah,
on.
but that's wild to me. It was
That
just,
is
if they
wild.
sped up every slow mo, it probably would have been 24 minutes, a lot less.
Or not even like sped it up, like just trim it. That makes sense. But for them to add on, like to go back to the scene where Ben Affleck meets Aquaman. Imagine going back to that set just for jokes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for $100
that's literally what I was
worth
thinking.
of one-liners.
That's what I was thinking during the scene where they're all fighting Superman. And I just, every time I saw Batman and like what he's
Yeah.
actually doing, I'm like, wow, it
Do you
sucks that
bleed?
Batman came back for reshoots in the original just to be like, ow.
Yeah.
An old
He gets
man.
thrown. He's just, ow.
Yeah.
He didn't even
Yeah,
try
no,
to
that
fight
part
or
when
anything.
he gets up and he's like, something is bleeding. I was
Definitely
like, what the
bleeding.
fuck is
Definitely
that?
bleeding.
Yeah. Oh, something is definitely bleeding.
Yeah, that's just,
Dude, yeah,
that
no,
was stuck
that's
coming in.
just the weirdest stuff. Like that, like they just made the weirdest decisions because something about Snyder's Justice League, I don't think it's perfect at all. But if you look at like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League, all of them fit so well with each other, and every single thing makes sense, you know.
Mhm.
And so like that's and not only that, like Justice League is way better than both of those movies in my opinion, where he balances humor very well
Yeah,
in a
there's a lot of
shocking
humor.
way. And the way that this team is together too, like that last shot of them together is pretty fucking exciting, and it's heartbreaking because we're not going to get that again, but
Yeah, well, wait.
Hold-
When we're
hold.
watching this, though, it's like it's not true. We can fight for it, and there's hope, and I believe in that hope
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, no.
because of the fact that a few things like what Zack Snyder has been saying lately, and also like the fact that Restore the Snyderverse is trending worldwide again, and it's only a week after the release, and even thus the actors are back on board with it. It's trending 1 million plus online. Like it is making another wave.
Oh
So
yeah.
I am not super discouraged about it, but watching it, it makes me sad to think back at that time when it was being made. Like why did this go through hell to be made? Like it shouldn't have. And that just
It's
that
all
part
it's
made me
all
sad.
Batman v Superman. If Batman v
Yeah.
Superman didn't have the reaction that it did, then everything would have been fine. If it just had like the reception of Man of Steel, where everyone was like kind of like, eh, but Batman v Superman, like everyone collectively was like, what the fuck was that? That was awful. It's very strange, and I wonder what kind of world we would all be in if everyone if they added that 30 minutes of Batman v Superman. I wonder what like where we would all be right now, because if it wasn't for that movie, we would probably have an okay Suicide Squad, an Aquaman that's consistent with what the other movies are.
Yeah, let me tell you what the alternate timeline was if BVS was successful. This was 2013 Man of Steel, 2016 Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad, 2017 the next year Wonder Woman and Justice League Part 1, 2018 The Flash, Aquaman, and an untitled DC film. 3 films in 1 year. And then 2019 Shazam, Justice League Part 2, which would we have gotten Shazam and Justice League Part 2? Anyway,
dude, yeah, no,
then
Shazam would have been a completely different
and then
movie.
2020 Cyborg and Green Lantern. Like all these movies would have been out by last year if we had stuck with the game plan.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Do you want to know
wanna live in
something?
that
I'm gonna
universe.
say
Yeah,
something.
why? We're in the nightmare timeline. That was
basically.
But yeah, no, it's pretty wild. It's pretty insane, because Justice League, Snyder's Justice League, is my favorite DC movie, like by far, because like there are just so many moments of it that's like, this is really solid, and I wish I could see more and more and more of this. Because honestly, with Justice League, if Warner Bros. Just left shit alone, I think this would have been the movie, especially if they did part 1. This would have been the movie where everyone would be like, all right, okay, like we see where it's going. Like it's everybody's built up, and especially Cyborg and Flash and Aquaman. Like for that was my first like worry when back in the day when Justice League, the first trailer came out, and I was like, how in the hell are they going to introduce 3 fucking characters? And in this one, it's like, oh, okay, they did that pretty well. And and you don't feel the length of the movie too.
not really.
That's another good thing that I thought I was shocked about.
I didn't like the nightmare sequence. And
Oh yeah, let's
because
talk about the
the
nightmare sequence.
additional nightmare sequence, because of where they put it. They should have put it where Cyborg has the premonition in the beginning. That's where the whole scene should have been, where he's stuck in that. And because at the end it feels shoehorned. I get why they're there, because it's like we could do
it's
more.
just literally just
could happen. Yeah, it got to that. I wish it was just in a better place. That's all. I just wish. I hate dream sequences that are like the end, the twist. It's like, it should have been in the middle. I feel like that's all. I like the sequence. I just didn't like where they put it.
Yeah, what did you guys think of Joker's return?
I liked it.
It was very adult.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
The world's
Yes,
over.
it was.
There's no limitations anymore. He can
It
do
seems like that. It seems like Bruce Wayne and Joker got it on.
Nah,
No,
it's just Joker being Joker.
I love the idea of that Joker and Ben Affleck's Batman to be in a movie with each other. But the only thing I hated with the nightmare sequence is just, you can tell, and it honestly is my fear of just movies coming out in general, is you can tell that Jared Leto and Affleck were not shooting on the same days. Like there's not one scene where they're together, and that was distracting to me. I thought the dialogue was really good. I thought they were really good, but the close-ups on both of them, it felt like a student film. So that was my biggest beef with it, and I'm with Elijah. I think that it's in the strangest spot, because this movie has like 15 endings too.
Yeah, it's a Lord of
And,
the Rings 3 ending where it's just
hell
like,
yeah.
oh, it's over. Oh nope, they're saying goodbye.
It's
to
the
it.
epilogue, I feel.
There's something heroic what Snyder's done. You thought the fanboys were done? Hell no, they're gonna be talking
We
about
just
this
started.
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, they're just
Exactly.
starting.
So it's kind of heroic what he's done, even though I don't like all of his choices. I'm with you, Snyder. I'm with you. It's never been done with that high of a budget. With this with these amount of actors too, and the creative force. Like there's so many like different components to what's happened with Justice League.
It's
that
such
is
a
just gonna be remembered forever.
It's
And
such a
mainly because like those two cuts. Like when you look at them,
I can't even remember what was in the old one anymore. Now that I've seen the new one, I'm like, how could they? What would they? How did they change this? I can't believe they cut out the two most important characters.
Dude,
That's
yeah,
the whole
man.
reason the movie exists, is because they needed those two characters, and they couldn't do it with the three of them anymore. And that's
and it's what made
back on Batman and Diana, because we know who they are. So I
Mhm.
would have loved to see more Cyborg and Flash earlier on, and be like, and set that up. Like I don't like the way they set up Flash's first scene with his job and stuff.
No, there's
Oh,
like
really?
so many.
I thought the scene after that was better.
I think that
with
like
him.
there's so many ways that they could have gone with the Flash character, and that's honestly the weakest spot to me. Is Ezra Miller's Flash. I think that I think what he's like, especially towards the end, what he does is important as a character, but it's just like the decisions. Of course, it's not as bad as Whedon's, but it's just some of the lines that he says in his acting style. It's just something I don't like, and I don't think that it fits with the Flash, but it's definitely better than Whedon's.
Yeah, there's
There's
some
one
that just was smoother about everything that he did with this one. Like
Mm-hmm.
aside from the dog scene, I didn't like the dog walking scene or whatever, but
Why?
What was
it
the
didn't
dog
make sense.
walking scene?
Well, where
Oh,
he just
yeah,
like gets the hot dog and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't like that part. He's smarter than that to go back. He's smarter than that. He's smarter than that to go back in and act like nothing happened. Like
Dude, he ruined his shoes. I love that.
I like that part. What would you rate this movie a perfect film, Brando?
I think it's a Justice League film I've always wanted, to be honest,
Yeah.
And just the fact that we got it, I would say it's perfect in that sense.
Nice. So that's 5 out of 5.
That's
what we got last time. I mean,
That's just sad.
You know?
what would you rate that?
0 for sure. It was a joke.
It didn't make sense.
Two very different
What would you rate
styles.
the Snyder cut, Justin?
I would give it a solid 3 out of 5. Like I think it's a good
Average?
movie. No, I think it's a good
little
one.
below
Yeah, it's the average though.
It's a little
Gets it-
below average.
It's like a
Okay.
C.
All right.
3.5 is average.
I'll do 3.8.
It's above average. Okay, I get it. It is kind. It's an
No,
endeavor. It's
I
an
think
endeavor.
it's a fine movie. I think it's a fine movie. I think it's
going to be up there with Lord of the Rings in the future. Of like, we have to watch this huge movie, and it's an event.
Well, see,
you watch it every few years.
what I think is really good is that it fits so well with Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. Like literally, the movies fall on top of each other, where the beginning of each one is the events that happened in the previous movie. So, like as a whole, like as this like trilogy, I give it like a 4 out of 5 right there.
As a
it's
trilogy,
like,
it's pretty high up.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Like like the way that everything makes sense. Like there are questionable decisions that Zack Snyder makes directorial wise.
It seems like it's like a
story,
a main storyline of like I like to think of comic book movies as comic books, because it's like these three. This arc is crazy, and it's like the ending of the arc. It's like, well, all these people could go off and do all these different things now because of how it ended with the epilogue. So
He pretty much set up every movie with this Justice League. He set up Aquaman. He set up the Batman in that one scene with Lex Luthor.
Yeah. I would give the Justice League a 4 out of 5. I've watched it 3 times, and it's good, and I want people to watch it, but I'm like, you're not going to sit down and watch this right now? And they're like, 4 hours. And I'm like, fine, I'm not putting it on at all then if you're not going to watch it. Because I actually want people to experience it in some capacity, but not by force. Because I bring it up. I have talked about it a lot in the last week. And it's not even the fact that it's just Justice League, because it's like, if he made this like a 300 movie and it was like they changed it, it wouldn't have gotten the traction. But like, just the idea of this movie being made after what it went through is going to be insane. And I feel like there's going to be a movie about it in 15 years.
When Desaad tells Steppenwolf that he still owes 50,000 worlds, dude.
Oh
I
yeah.
know, dude. I felt for him. Yeah, dude. If he
That
like,
was
even
awesome.
if he like gets Earth, he still has to get 49,000.
I know.
Yeah. He's like, but doesn't the anti-life equation count as like 4? Nope.
I got this coupon.
All right. I think that's all we can really do for the Snyder version. I could talk about this movie for a long time and just movies. So that's because we could trail off. But thank you guys for coming to this. Well, that was our review for Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thanks for watching. Check out our full episodes on Spotify and anywhere you listen to podcasts, our reviews on YouTube. Thank you, Brando, for coming in again for this special episode and review.
Thank you for having me. Remember
you,
to
Brando.
restore the Snyderverse.
Oh, yeah,
We need it to
hashtag-
happen.
Yeah, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. Get
Needs
that,
to
keep that
happen.
going. You have to keep it going because it's up to 1 million.
Try it.
Oh my god.
What else?
As Elijah just starts eating. All right, we're done.